Yo, what's up? I'm Zack, and welcome back to my channel of RWBY Mythology. And this is episode 2 of RWBY Anthology interview. And for those people who have not seen the first episode, go check that out. And speaking of that, you guys actually enjoy the first episode of me interviewing with Night Shadow, the creator and etc. of the series of Flaming Skull. Now I'm gonna do another one that involves the crew members of RWBY Flaming Skull, and you guys actually voted for this on my main channel, Shadow Critias, and you guys chosen the second member of Team Acer, and she plays two roles of the character. One is Weiss, and of course she does the voice of Rosie. And you might see her name in the credits roll, but the name of this title, I'm just gonna call her by her name is Dreamer. So what's up?
Hello, it's good. I'm really glad to be here.
Likewise. And like I said before, and there's going to be 11 questions, and I did say in the last episode, some of the questions might change. Some of them might have the same questions. So, yeah. So, 11 questions here and there. And, also, if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you guys, subscribe, turn on the notification bell for more RWBY content. That shows, it means a lot to me that you guys enjoy my RWBY content on this channel. And also cannot wait for July the 3rd for RWBY Ice Queendom will be coming out. I thought it was this month until I looked back that it was next month, so I was kind of mad. So I can't wait for more RWBY related in the future, even though I've not been posting much. So, I mean, life. So, yeah. So we're going to start off with the first question. How did you discover RWBY?
It's kind of funny. I have a friend that recommended the trailers to me a couple of times, and I'll admit I am, but not to this degree. I was a huge dweeb, and I clicked on the link, and as soon as I heard it was in English, I left. I'm like, no dub stuff. And he continued to recommend it to me, and each time I kind of kept turning it down. But then eventually I did try the first episode instead of the trailers, and it took me several tries to kind of get into the groove of things. But once I watched, I believe it was episode 8, where all the action really began to take form and everything, is when I began to like it. So had I watched the trailers first, I probably would have gotten into it sooner, because I would have seen all the cool action, and
Yeah.
It's a big part of my life.
Yeah, I already said this to Shadow in the last episode that I discovered RWBY right after Red vs. Blue, because that was the first web series that Rooster Teeth made before Monty Ohm came around and being part of the Rooster Teeth company and be the one that animated RWBY. It was hot. Red vs. Blue and RWBY was recommended by my uncle. He was the one who got me into both of those. And he didn't show me the trailer. He showed me the very first episode of Volume 1. And the one thing I remember the scene was where RWBY was, standing outside when the window's glass was broke and her weapon transformed to a scythe and my mouth just dropped. I was like, okay. This got my attention, and I started watching and seeing it. I think the weapons is the reason why I started getting into RWBY, because you don't see that kind of style, the weapon style, in any show or movies. I don't know. They might be that I did not know, but RWBY was the one that made me feel interest. Like when RWBY said like it's also a sniper rifle, but it's also a scythe, like 2 weapons in one.
attracted a lot of people to the show is the action, especially how well it was done by Monty. Normally when I get into stuff, I'm usually drawn to a certain character or the story, but in this case, it was a rare one. It was the action that got me. But of course now I'm in it for the story and the characters, but
yeah.
action plus.
Yeah, I was that too, because I was more of a action fight scene, because that's the reason why I'm into those. But now growing up, I'm more into the story, the character development, and I always go in depth with the characters and their development, how they grown so far. Because
the exact same way I delve so deep into who they are and how they changed and
yeah, like,
what's your favorite color?
yeah, like there were there was one thing I actually did, like 3 videos that I go in depth with the characters. It was 2 parts. The first part was about the change of the characters since volume 8, since now all the characters are separate. The first part was a popular video on my channel before the other video took that spot. The second part was Lease, and the third one was I had a problem because after volume 1, how Weiss accept Blake who she is that quickly. I did not like it how that went. I mean, back then I liked it, but rewatching multiple times, I just don't like how that she changed that quickly. I thought it would be that Blake and Weiss. I thought there was going to be like a rival story arc between them two. And I did a video, and I know how people love Black Sun and Bumblebee ship, but if I was involved in the RWBY Prada or whatever, I would have said, like, why not ship Blake and Weiss? Because you could go in depth with them two, especially with their origin and the history they have. You could actually go in depth to that and make it work.
I do wish they had gone more into their relationship at the start and how it evolved, because it just went from, you know, okay, I tolerate you, to in volume 2 where it's like, you're my best friend ever. You know, we didn't really get to see all the little intricacies of the relationship growing, and, you know, I'm sure they still had their arguments and spats and differences because they are basically opposites in almost every way, you know, in their core nature.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I understand, it's just a web series, but when you look at it, yeah, we still love it, but people go in depth and then people believe, like, why not make them two a rival? Like, if Weiss doesn't trust Blake, then why should it say that if you want my trust and my respect, you had to show me that you are trying to change and be a better person, the things you have done in the past, then you earn my trust and my respect. And what can I do to gain your trust and your respect? Then Blake would say, then open your eye and see that not all faunas are terrible, and you will see that some humans are also terrible as well.
They basically could have built off each other and learned more from each other.
Yeah, like the scene where Weiss got captured by the Brahma tribe, that should be where Weiss... This is where Blake gave her trust and respect to Weiss, because now Weiss finally would open her eyes that, okay, yeah, Blaze does got a point. Some faunas are terrible, some faunas are not. Same goes for the humans as well. No one isn't perfect. Now she knows. And then why see Blade trying to change her past, like in Volume 5, when she brought all of her people to start against the White Fang because another fallen academy. Weiss should have seen this. That's where White gain, and Blake gains White's trust and respect. That would be the end of their rival story arc in Volume 5. That would have been the end of it.
Yeah, I definitely would have been down for that. That would have been really interesting to see. there's a lot of characters I feel like they could use more development. Like you said, you understand it's just a web series, and they have, to an extent, limited resources and time, and so they have to squeeze in what they can. But
Right.
sometimes things just, they build up to something, and then there it goes.
Yeah. And to move on to the second question, what is it like to be part of the RWBY Flaming Skull?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I auditioned for it on Casting Call Club, and I usually just go for about anything that really catches my eye. I mean, even stuff I don't even know much about. Just, doesn't hurt to try, and I went for this because, hey, it's RWBY. I'm all for that. And I was surprised to be cast not only as Rosie, but as Weiss as well. And everyone's been super, super nice. They're supportive. They're patient. We're kind of like not to sound like a cliche here, but, it's kind of like a little family there. And everybody jokes around, and it's a very relaxed environment.
Yeah, I could tell, because when Shadow and I can't pronounce his username, I always call him Anton, because that's the only name I could think of. They were joking around at the end of their broadcast video, and I was spoken with Shadow on the server, on my RWBY server, like 2-3 days ago. We were chatting, and we were just laughing our ass off.
Oh, yeah. They're constantly going back and forth at each other.
And when Shadow told me that you play the role of Weiss, which I didn't know, like, I was completely blank. I didn't know. I didn't even look at the credits that you voice Weiss. It shows your username voicing Rosie, and then it show you playing as Weiss. I did not know that at the time.
I'm actually really glad to hear that, because I always worried that my voice was for Rosie, that it was a little too similar to Weiss's. Like,
I didn't even catch that. I literally didn't catch that. I was like, wait, and I was like, I was too focused on the story and the plot, the dialogue. That's the reason why I never thought of or even realize it, because that's the same thing when I did the dark theory about Shadow, of his past and why he's having these memories or whatever. Then it just clicked me and realized when I asked Shadow on the stream, that I asked him, is your character is similar to Shadow the Hedgehog? Because when I went into depth of, like, why does Shadow and Shadow the Hedgehog like almost the same but different memory type thing? Even Shadow didn't even thought of it, like, oh shit, I didn't even thought of I actually made almost similar story. I just went with it.
Thought of that. I never thought of that either.
I was like, no, literally, when you watch the video that I just made, when I was recording and went talking about Shadow's past, then it just clicked me. I was like, hold up. I had to pause the recording, rewatch the scenes that I just started to edit, was about to edit, and then it just clicked me. I was like, oh, you motherfucker. I knew he was doing it. I wonder if he knew. That was a question I had in my mind. I was like, I gotta ask him. I need to know. And he didn't know.
No connection at all.
And he didn't know. And he just went with it. I was like, well, damn, okay. Even he... No, I feel like the rest of y'all crew did not notice that. I'm like, I might be the only one who just caught that.
The only thing in my mind when I heard, name Shadow and all that, I'm like, oh, the edgy one, and that was about as far as it went.
Right. And it's just, like, I was the only one who caught some of, I guess, similar origins. Some of the characters, like, almost similar to other characters, I think. Or some other reference. I cannot remember. Because I only watched the series once. But twice I just rewatched so I could do a review. But, hold that thought. Sorry about that, everyone. That was my uncle. That's twice that happened.
I was gonna add about the shadow things.
Yeah.
Say, to be fair, I don't really my knowledge of Sonic stuff is very limited since I've never really played the games. What I know is from online matters, memes, etc. I'm more of a Mario and Pokemon girl myself than a Kirby.
The thing is, my brother is a fan of Sonic, and he plays the game, he watches the show, but he does not remember. He knows all the characters' names a little bit, and he does not remember the whole detail that the lore or anything. I'm the only one who knows about it because I've been paying attention the most. And I question myself, like, wait, how in the hell do I know all of these where I'm not a Sonic fan and my brother is? What the hell?
Falling down on your duty, sir.
I was like, damn it. I was like, bruh, I know these things better than you. Jeez.
Guess needless to say, he's more into the action aspect of the games more than
he always paying attention to Sonic because Sonic is like his hero that he grew up to. And then he loves Mario, and then my uncle, thanks a lot, got him into freaking My Little Pony.
Oh wow.
And then literally when there's one time my brother has like a poster that my uncle made. It was Sonic. I was like, okay. Then he showed me more, and it was with Rainbow Dash. I'm like, are you serious? I look at my brother. I was like, really? Really?
No comment.
And I was just like, bro, really? But moving on. The third question is, how did you get the role as Rosie?
Kind of like I explained in the previous question, I was just on Casting Call Club. I'm looking around for anything new. I search new things every day, and I just kind of throw my hat in the ring, even if I don't feel like I really fit the role, because you never know. You might think, oh, I'm terrible. This recording is so terrible. There's no way it's even close to what they're thinking for the character, and all of a sudden you're cast. I've had that happen several times, and so I went for this, not only because of that, but because it was something RWBY related, and somehow I did get Rosie and Weiss, and I'm happy that I did.
Right.
Because it's so cool to be a part of something, like, it's not just simply dubbing RWBY or whatever, it's its own individual story. I really like that.
Alright. Even though this was not adding the list of the question, since you did answer the previous question, I might as well add this for the third one. How does it feel that, your thoughts on Rosie as a character so far?
Oh, I think she's so fun. She's always there to kind of fill in this, when you have those moments of awkward silence, she's the one that would break it and try to make everything lighthearted, even if in the end she might end up making things worse by mistake.
And especially,
she's good-hearted, she means well, and can be a bit over the top, but hey, that's just how she is. And
well, until what happened in season 2, how she is now.
Things are a bit darker now.
Yeah. Yeah, and spoiler alert, if you have not seen that. When Rosie lost her semblance, when I rewatched it, when I heard Eric say that she lost her semblance, and it's been on my head, it's like, wait a minute. And I just got a little bit of reference that, did he just get this idea, or he just went with it? And I was like, he probably just went with it. And the reference that he got the idea that, Cinder stole her semblance, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. And I went to the video, the show called Bleach anime, but in manga version, there's these old enemies that the Soul Reaper believed they were never existed because they were wiped out. They call themselves the Quincy's. They have a new technology where they could steal Soul Reapers' transformation or their abilities called Bankai and used it against them. I was like, that sounds similar from Cinder Stilled Rosie Sembler. That's almost similar to that, but without using technology.
First thing I thought of was how Mercury said that his dad stole his semblance.
Yeah, that's been a theory about that. Like, my theory that I think Mercury's father has a semblance called. This is just my theory. Semblance cipher, like take people semblance away and never get it back, or no wait, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. So basically, you take someone's semblance, but you never get it back, because there is similar to, that's pretty much my theory, but in the Team Coffee novel, the second one, I forgot her name. She has a semblance that could take people's aura and make a copy like.
Yeah, I remember reading that. Been a while though.
Yeah, it was a aura cipher. Like, take people's aura and give it to someone as similar aura, which people believe there's no way that could be a thing, but apparently it's a thing now. And some people say it's overpowered, but not really. It's actually kind of smart and actually could blind your enemies very clearly.
Yeah, because that's in RWBY, that aura is the main thing protecting them from, stuff that would normally, kill a human, that they can just take and keep going. So that's very valuable.
Oh yeah. And her brother has the semblance which is mind controlled, and some people believe that cannot be the actual semblance. That is an actual semblance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you basically control tons of people, and now that you give the people the same aura based of the first person that you stole it. Or, yeah, basically. And, which is freaking useful. You mind control and give them the same aura. Basically, you made your own entire armies in your control.
Crazy. It's like, when it comes to giving out semblances, it's like, here you can go fast. Over here, you can mind control everybody and build an army.
One of the words, you did mind control Yasuhashi. I think I pronounced his name right. Oh god, I'm gonna get so much hate for that. Which he has a semblance that can erase your memory. That is, no wonder he doesn't use it.
Uh-huh.
Especially that scene of his flashback, like, you erase your mother's memory and she honestly forgot that your mother had a daughter, which is your baby sister. Ooh.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, like, oof.
Yeah, if he was a bad guy, he could definitely do a lot with that.
Even in mind control, oh boy.
Yeah.
And the fourth question, what other franchise that you're into besides RWBY?
I'm into different anime. I'll admit I'm a huge Magical Girl and Idol fan, but I like action too. And I'd say that my main one right now that is just my love is Demon Slayer. I love it so much.
I
read all the manga, watched everything they've produced for the anime so far, and I'm #1 fan. Not really, but I'm a fan.
I actually did try to watch Demon Slayer. I think I watched like 5 or 6 episodes, and after that, I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. The only thing I liked about it was the animation of the abilities from the sword. That's the only animation I actually liked.
It's
colorful.
Praise for its animation of the fight scenes. I know that's one of its big praises people give it, but that's mainly because of who's in charge of it.
Yeah, and basically I said this to Shadow, like the other franchise of anime that I'm into besides just RWBY is Bleach, My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death Note, Fairy Tail, I'm planning on rewatching Naruto, but that's gonna be I want to reach 12K on my main channel because I did announce it. Because I stopped watching Naruto because I lost interest of it, and I want to rewatch it, but I'm not gonna do it unless I hit 12K subs. Cause, and I swear, if someone people maybe want me to rewatch One Piece, no, I am not rewatching One Piece. I don't know how y'all people could keep up with that episode. There's no way in hell. When I heard that One Piece is at like 1,000 some episode, I stopped watching One Piece. It's like, nope.
I'm done. I'm out.
I'm done. Nope. I can handle Bleach, but I cannot handle One Piece. No.
I've read/watched some of Fairy Tail. Good ways into it, but I never did properly finish it. I should probably do that, but
you should. You should. It is actually good, and they actually are making. When they said they made the final season, they lied. I mean, which is true, but they decided to go ahead and make another season, which is a 1,000-year quest arc, based off the manga. So that's what they're gonna do, and not only that, they actually are planning to make the final arc for Bleach, which is the 1,000-year Blood War arc, because the creator of the manga is going to be involved of the animation, and he confirms that this final season is going to be uncensored.
Oh wow!
Because in the anime, it was censored with based in the manga, but now in the final arc, it's not going to be censored.
Yeah, the anime version, usually tends to be more toned down.
Yeah, I mean, it was bloody and they have a strong language at the time, but at the time, like, people wanted to see more of those type of stuff. And there's some animes I have on my list right now. There's 2 of them right now. I never got the chance to watch them yet, because right now I'm watching 2 shows, which is Star Wars spin-off show Obi-Wan Kenobi and Stranger Things season 4. So that's the reason why. And
yeah, my life's pretty hectic right now, so I'm mostly just keeping up with whatever anime I'm already watching. Like, I'm caught up with and just watching on a weekly basis, but I'm not beginning anything to new because things are just a little too crazy right now.
Yeah. I understand that, literally. Oh, wow, I actually did. Oh, wow, I was gonna go on the 5th question, and I'm dumb, because I literally skipped the 4th question, and I already gave you the 5th question, which is your thoughts on Rosie so far in the series. I thought I didn't write it down until I looked down and was like, oh, crap, I actually skipped the 4th question and should have made the 5th one. Oh, crap.
What is the 4th one?
The 4th one was, what other franchise you're into besides RWBY?
Oh, okay.
The one we were, talking.
Just talking about?
Yeah.
You also mentioned My Hero Academia, and I was considering, once life calms down a little bit, I think that's one anime that I'd probably get into.
Yeah, My Hero Academia, the only thing I can say is, I would not focus on the toxic side, because a lot of people are just bashing because of the shipping thing. You think RWBY ship is far worse? My Hero Academia ship is far worse.
That's saying something.
Yeah, not only that, they're whining, complaining about, whose Deku's gonna end up with, and I already knew who's gonna be, even though before I even watched My Hero Academia, it was so obvious.
Kind of a duh.
Yeah, and it was the first girl that he actually met, and a lot of people are just whining, complaining that, oh, she's just there for being his love interest, and she does have a development, and people just don't want to see that.
I
And
hear the argument a lot with shipping from any show. That
I know.
They're just there to be so and so's significant other.
I know, and the creator of My Hero Academia for the manga, a lot of people are shipping the main character to his two rivals for no obvious reason, and there's no romantic feelings between them two. For the two rivals, yeah. The creator himself confirmed on Twitter that the main character is not gay; he's 100% straight. Then a lot of fans attacked. They attacked him, like immediately attacked him and death threatened him, so he has to delete that tweet.
Gosh, just terrible.
I was like, over because he confirmed, like, that's one thing I said 1,000 times. I said 1,000 times in my main channel. If you do not like it, why even bother? It's just the creator. It's just the creator's. If the creator said he's not gay, he's not gay. If the creator said that she's not a lesbian, she's not a lesbian. Like, it's
that's sad. A writer's just simply saying,
just want to,
yeah, just they are, and everyone
they get ticked off. They get ticked off. I was like, do they even pay attention of the development or the story or how the character really feel? Because when the main character always interacted, the first girl they actually met and then became friends, they always keep flustered sometimes here and there, and they're going to end up together because them two do have feelings for each other, and they just don't want to say it. But the two rivals that people are shipping the main character, there's no love interest between them. I don't get it.
People just see what they want to see, and
I think people just want more gay couples instead of just straight couples because, like, I'm not against gay couples. It's just it doesn't work like that when it comes to story wise.
You can't shove it in there.
You just can't. I said this 1,000 times. I did like a video on my main channel about how to write your own story when it comes to whatever type of way. And I went over to relationship story arc. If there's two characters, it doesn't matter if it's two male, two female, or just single male or single female. If you want to make a relationship story arc, go back and read the character story arcs that you created, and you believe that they have something in common, something they are related, like, they have something related, not buying blood, no, don't do that, no. Don't do that, like, something in common, they actually understand one another, and you add, like, a little bit of hints, like they had feelings, or they started blushing, that's the hint that you want to do a story arc between the relationship between them. If you believe that it could work, just do it. If not, then don't.
It's your story.
It's your, yeah, exactly. It's your story. You can do what you want. And some people are going to complain about it. I don't care. We don't care. It's their story. They can do what they want. You're not the person who created the story. You're not the person who did all this idea. It's one simple person doesn't matter from a novel, comics, or manga. Wait, I think I said manga. Manga, yeah. No, wait. Novel, comics, and manga. There you go.
That's the problem. Is too many people. It's like they want to control the show.
It's like
story. Whatever,
it's like
their own,
Yeah, it's like they know what they do. They think the fans could do it better. No, you can. You're just doing it because you want to be satisfied.
Yeah, the author may have made some wrong turns here and there. Maybe some decisions weren't the best. And yeah, you can maybe come up with something that you think is better, but in the end, you can't.
You just can't
say, no, it shouldn't be done that. It's like they're going to write what they want to write. It's their prerogative.
It's still a story. It's their idea. It's their own image. There's a lot of people who've been doing it. Doing their own idea. Like, if you don't believe me, download the app called Wattpad. There's a lot of people who've done their own ideas. And a lot of people actually loved it. I don't see nobody being negative about it. Not on Wattpad.
I know Ruby also suffers from that a lot. You know, there's a difference between just regular constructive criticism and just outright saying, this isn't what I picture, this isn't my idea of this story, therefore it's trash.
Yeah, no, okay. Like I said, when we talk about, you know, the story arc between Blake and Weiss, I'm not mad that I'm not hating it because this is not what I picture it, but I was kind of upset that it was a missed opportunity. I'm mad because it was a missed opportunity, not because I hate the show. It's just the opportunity that it could have been.
Yeah.
Like, again, Blake and Weiss. If you guys want to see the video about how this should work between Blake and Weiss, and why I believe that Blake and Weiss should have been the first ever lesbian couple in RWBY. Period. I literally made that video.
And personally, if they were going to make, you know, well, you can say whether it's the plan all along or maybe someone else, you know, steering the story, whatever you want to say, but if they had to make, you know, one of the four, or two of the four rather, be LGBT, then I do think it makes the most sense that for Blake and Weiss than it does Blake and Yang, especially with as little development as they had in the early seasons.
Yeah. And I just don't understand. Blake and Yang, I can understand the reason why they want to go with that. I completely understand. But the one thing I don't understand when it comes to fans is when, in their point of view, seeing, oh, so they're trying to ship Blake and Yang. Why not ship RWBY and Weiss? There is no relationship between them!
It's like, well, they're that, they must be this way too. Let's go all the way. Screw with how the characters have been portrayed so far in their actions.
Like,
go all the way.
Like, why not John? Why not Oscar? RWBY has some good interaction between those two male.
Yeah.
To me,
I'm all about my Rose Garden.
Yes! Rose Garden! Yes! I'm not the only one!
Oh, far from it. I love it so much. I see so much artwork. They're just so cute together.
I'm not the only one, thank God! Like, I don't care who RWBY is. I don't care if it's Oscar or John. I'll be fucking happy. Unless it's not Weiss, I'm gonna flip my desk.
Yeah. Yes, me too.
Or
Ships, I will admit, have no chance in you know what, but other than Rose Garden, I feel like that has a good chance. But a lot
Rose
of
Garden,
don't have good chances.
yeah,
I like them anyway.
Yeah, some people were questioning about why Rose Garden, because Oscar is a reincarnation of Osman. Yeah, because Osman is in his mind, not part of his body.
It's not Osman himself, like
No.
He's not that.
And so far Oscar has grown as the character on his own without Osman's guidance.
Yeah, most of the time Osman wasn't even really there.
So basically Oscar's been the one taking over, so people have theorized, like, is Osman's gonna take over Oscar's entire body, or is it Oscar taking over the responsibility that Osman is having?
That's the way I see it. I don't see it as like Oscar's going to completely lose his identity. I just see it as he's going to gain all these memories and techniques and stuff from the past Ozma, ever since Ozma, and kind of grow into that role, but he's not going to lose himself.
Yeah, and you literally could see Oscar, well, even though Osman was taking over, but I can feel in Oscar's mind where Osman took over, when Oscar learns the truth about Osman's history, you could tell the tone of Oscar's voice. He said, I feel like I'm going to be one of his life, aren't I? And he could tell that now he has to deal with all this weight on his shoulder for such a young age.
Mm-hmm. And now everybody hates you.
Well, they hate Osman. They just don't hate Oscar.
Yeah. I'm really glad that they separated too, because I was worried that they were going to, pin it all on Oscar, since, he's basically the next in line, but I'm glad that they separated those two, other than the brief issue that John had. Yeah,
and I feel like one way or the other, I feel like, I don't know why, this has been a shit before, but I feel like it could happen. I'm not making the promises. I don't know if it can. It might be possible. I feel like that John and Neo might have similar connection because they both have something in common, especially what they went through.
That's true. Never thought about that.
Because John lost Pyrrha and Neo lost Roman in the same night. And here's the difference between them. John was blind with sorrow, regret, and anger. In Volume 6, he finally lets all that go and move forward and became the warrior that Pyrrha wants him to be.
Turned it into something positive.
And Neo, she's stuck in the past, blinded with anger and hatred, vengeance against RWBY because of RWBY. Mm-hmm. And then there will be no reason why John and Neo fall. There will be no reason why. But I believe that John, and I know people don't not want this to happen, but I feel like John will be the only one who could reason with Neo and decided to be on the side of good, but not fully. She'd be like the anti-hero, but she would still be on the side of good to take down Salem. But I mean, she just got betrayed by Cinder. She'd probably go after Cinder, but she's not gonna trust RWBY. She probably will trust John.
Yeah, even if like no romance involved, no shipping. It would be interesting to see them interact that way because they have that common place to stand on. And Neo, she really could put her powers to good use because ultimately her enemy, is not RWBY, it's Cinder, and to a further extent Salem. And so
yeah,
she could kind of swap that side just a little bit. Like she's not a full hero or anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Emerald did, where Penny's just flying the cut. I was like, okay. And when Iowa said that you did the right thing, and we hear, I have. It's weird. I was like, you motherfucker! You sneaky bitch! I was not ready. Like, I thought it was Penny the entire time. That caught me off guard.
I did too. I didn't even think of it.
That caught me off guard. I was literally slapping my knee like you motherfucker. Like, when RWBY plans out, I was like, RWBY, you sneaky girl.
This came from you.
Like, what? Even Emerald was like, yeah, this feels weird. Being on the side of good, but I might get used to it.
Yeah, might be a little fun.
And, so yeah. Oh, God. The sixth question is basically mine question, honestly. I just realized, I can't remember which episode it was. I think it was Team Acer's first mission, where Shadow and Rosie has their talk. This is the question I have. Does Rosie have a crush on Shadow?
If I'm allowed to say this, I hope I am. But yes, I'm told she does, yes.
I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it because I could tell the tone of her voice and the sadness. Like, wait a minute. And I went back, I was like, wait a minute, hold up, Rosie. You helped out Shadow to hook up with Cinder, so basically this is on you.
Yeah, I was shocked too. I didn't know about it at the start. It wasn't until I think that scene that Shadow mentioned it to me. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that makes a little bit of sense, I guess.
Yeah, because in the broadcast, when Shadow said, yeah, Shadow has three females to be shit with. I know one is Cinder, obviously. The other two, I know for a fact it's Penny and Rosie. I know for a damn fact. Because that is not surprising. One, how Shadow looked at Cinder. Second, his past with Penny. And three, how Rosie feel for Shadow. I am not that stupid. If no one didn't even catch that or not even notice it, bruh, I might be the only one who's been paying attention the most. Because I could tell how they really feel. Because, like, when I said I go in depth to the character. I mean, I go in depth to the character of their feelings, their emotions, and their personality.
I see what you mean. As a writer and role player and all that, trust me, I get it.
I was like, yep, she's in love with him. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
Hope I was allowed to say this.
I don't know. I feel like Night Shadow's gonna comment to like, why would you spoil it?
If I suddenly disappear, you'll know what happens.
I feel like Shadow's gonna ask me like, why would you ask her that? I didn't know that was part of the spoilers.
I don't know. You don't explain the whole story to me.
I said, I don't know the whole story. I'm just the audience.
Mm-hmm. I'm just as shocked as everybody else when I'm doing my lines.
I said, I'm just an audience trying to enjoy the show. I'm just here living my best life. Like, gee. And which that is, I knew the three couple that shows I'm gonna end up with. I know first to center that was out of the picture. When he announced, oh yeah, there's two more. Like that, I said, I was gonna say in the comment section like, it's Penny and Rosie, isn't it? If I did, Shadow would be like, I don't know. On the way to find out, I'll be like, it's them, isn't it? I was like, it's them. I am not that stupid. I feel like Shadow is reading it and he would be like, how does he know? How does he know? Who told him?
I'm standing in the corner. I don't know.
Like, oh my god, I can see this animated right now. When Shadow's like, who told him? Who told him? And you stand in the corner like, I don't know. And Shadow like, Rosie.
I blame Anton.
And that's like, what did I do? This is on Eric. Hey. So I'd be like, if I was at that, Eric, no one actually cares about you, and every time you're trying to sling with the ladies, you get your ass beat. And secondly, I don't know how you're the older brother. Rosie should have been the older sibling. You should have been the freaking minor.
Rosie thanks you for that.
I feel like
someone understands me.
I feel like Shadow would be laughing no, not the OC. Shadow would be laughing his ass off. Like he would be laughing his ass off. Like he'd be like, Eric, you gonna let him talk shit to you like that? And Eric's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat his ass. Like, what? What are you gonna do? Knock me out for the next 2 weeks? Say, no, wait, hold on. I said, oh, don't worry, Eric. I'll make sure you end up like Yamcha. Oh. Dude, I feel like Shadow would just be dying. I'll be like, hey, Shadow, you good down there, fam? I said, I'm good.
Don't talk to me.
I said, yeah, he's good. I feel like Eric would just goes down and sees just crouching like, why everybody so mean to me? And oh, that's just too funny. That's just too funny. Oh my god, I can see that right now.
You should have that some kind of blooper.
Oh my god, I actually saw Shadow and the voice actress who plays Cinder. I seen their bloopers. I thought I was going to see more, the other casting voice actors of their bloopers, but nope, just Shadow and Cinder.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm a bad perfectionist, so I'm going through my lines. I'm like, that sounds good. No, that's trash. All right, here you go. Here's the lines you need. Bye.
But I'm terrible. I'm terrible at voicing. I used to be voicing to some of the comic dubs from my Star Wars channel. I can't even say any lines right. I get pissed off. I was like, fuck.
I'm personally never happy with what I turn in. And so when they say it's okay, I'm like, whatever you say.
No, I was like, I'm done. I'm just gonna be the edit. I'm just be the editing of the for the comment videos instead of just me voice acting, because I'm suck at it.
And an interesting fact, the voice I use for Rosie is actually similar to the voice I use for Ruby in another project I'm in, but I just go with less squeak.
Oh, okay. So moving on the seventh question, your thoughts on the RWBY fandom being toxic?
I hate seeing any fandom toxic, especially when I've seen many times when they come together and, of course, make something great or help each other out. I've seen the good sides, but it's a shame that it's getting more and more toxic, especially, as we've said, when it comes to shipping and all that. And I see, sadly, I see so much hate, and it's supposed to be, for fans, but so many people just, criticizing this and that, and to the point, not just even, like I said, constructive criticism, just outright putting it down and, everyone agreeing, and I'm like, well, why are you still here?
Hey, I know exactly. I said this to, hold on 1 second. Sorry about this, everyone. Okay, sorry about that, but yeah.
Totally wasn't saying anything. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Um, crap, I lost track. Damn it! Oh, there it is. There it is. It just clicked my head. Yeah, when I spoke with Shadow about this topic, even he actually understands, and he says that we have our own opinions about what we like, what we don't like, what we enjoy, something that we don't enjoy, and which I completely understand. And how the fandom is, how toxic it is, and some people, some RWBY fans, just stop watching RWBY because the reason that some people gave a stupid reason why. Some people start watching RWBY because the voice actor who plays John, which is the writer of RWBY, they hate John because he was voiced by him.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm so sick and tired of people throwing all this hate towards Miles. They upset him to the point where he said he doesn't even like to write for his character, and that is so sad.
Like, I was like, what's wrong with John? You guys hate him because if you gonna hate the character, that's fine, but why are you gonna blame the voice actor, especially the writer? And Miles wants if he doesn't want to voice the character, they get someone to replace him. Like for example, you got Monty's brother who plays Red now? Yeah, which I'm gonna try to be honest, I was an idiot at the time when I rewatched all 6 volumes for volume 7 to come out. I didn't notice that Monty Ohm voices Ren. I did not notice it. I didn't know for the entire time that Monty Ohm was voicing Ren. I was like, oh my god, I did not notice that.
He wanted to voice Ozpin or something, but they ended up going with Shannon.
Yeah. And it's just, and man, I just don't get it, because I already made a video about how I feel, how the RWBY fandom truly is, how it's being toxic as all hell. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this like a billions of times if I had to say it in a single video. If you do not like RWBY how it is right now, why are you still watching? Why are you still, when you keep watching something that you hate, you're just giving the Rooster Teeth more credit and more appreciated. And not only that, for those people who keep making videos to talk shit about RWBY, like making tons of content by talking shit about RWBY, you're just
blowing it up even more.
Yeah, you're just doing it for one, get yourself attention. 2, you're trying to manipulate people 3, you're just giving Rooster Teeth more credit and for them to make good stuff about RWBY now. So, why?
Yeah, I used to be somebody I was going into forums on Reddit and talking about things on the wiki and, really involved in the community, but eventually it just got to the point where I just got tired of talking to people that were toxic like that, and so I mostly just keep my thoughts and everything to myself, and I just watch the show and look around for fan art and stuff like that, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's not only that, the one that made me feel pissed off even more, people couldn't get into the series because how toxic it is, and that pissed me off. And
what? I didn't hear you.
Oh, the one that really does piss me off the most is when new people want to get into RWBY, but they don't want to because they hear how toxic it is.
Oh yeah, so they don't even give it a chance just because of what they hear.
Yeah, it's just not that. It's also My Hero Academia as well.
I'll admit, even I've kind of been, I won't say a victim to that, and victim's probably not the right word, that's a little dramatic, but I'm the same way. I've heard, people say certain things about a show, to me go, maybe I shouldn't check that out, but then I try to remind myself, look at the fans of RWBY and the stuff they say, and how some people, just make things so much more dramatic than it really is, or maybe it's not even an issue at all, and that's just what they see, and so it's better to judge it for yourself.
Yeah, that's basically how I am. Like, if there's some anime I heard about, never seen it, and there's some things I heard then I don't hear the toxic about it. I just hear it's a good thing, it's a good one, it's a bad thing. That, this show is good and this show is bad. I was like, I'll be the judge of that. I want to see this for myself.
Sometimes you have a really great show that has maybe some parts that aren't so great. If you can just push those parts aside and enjoy the good ones, then you can still enjoy that show. Just try to, but don't focus on all the negative. Because there's other good things in there.
Yeah, but some people just don't want to see that clearly.
Right, it's all or nothing.
Yeah, and okay. From 8 through 10, this is just like the fun questions. 8, 9, 10, they're just like a fun questions. Because...
Alright.
The 8th question is, who's your favorite hero and villain? And also, least favorite hero and villain, and why?
I guess it depends on how you're asking. Personal preference? Or...
Yeah, who's your favorite hero in RWBY, favorite villain in RWBY, and also who is your least favorite hero and your least favorite villain from RWBY?
Well, my favorite character is actually Yang, and Kira was as well, and after that was probably Weiss. For villain, as for how they're written, it's Emerald. I'll do admit, despite her annoyance and everything, and surviving stuff she shouldn't, and being around longer than she should, I do like Cinder. Let's see, least favorite hero or something. I don't know if this really counts as a main hero, because I can't really say I dislike any of the main characters, but with the oh my gosh, what are they called? The Aesops. It comes to the Harriet, I can't stand her.
The Aesops. The Aesop.
I like Marrow. I'll admit that, but yeah, Harriet, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, in Volume 7, she was going on, but now she's immediately just went at a pissed off move, like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Least favorite villain, let's see here. It's hard because he's a good character. He really is, like, how he's written, and he creeps me out, but I'm not the biggest fan of Tyrion.
Damn.
I don't know, it's hard to say, because I like all the villains for different reasons. There's not really too many characters, that I just outright can't stand, I usually like them for some reason. season. You know, they're the bad characters, so I like this about them, or I like this aspect. But Tyrion, he just creeps me out, which is the goal of the character. But I guess if I had to pick, I guess I'd pick him.
Right. Of course, it's mine favorite hero and villain, and least favorite hero and villain. It's still the same, which is favorite hero and villain is RWBY, because she's the first ever RWBY character that I actually saw, and she's the character that I grew up with, and she's, I'm having the other one, she's just too damn adorable. And
sure is, so.
And favorite villain, it's Tyrion. At first, at first it was Mercury. No, at first it was Mercury at the time, but then when Tyrion came around, I was like, okay, I want to see how this villain goes, and okay, especially that scene from season volume 7 when he killed Clover and framed Crow. I was like, I literally told Shadow this, and also in the general voice chat, like, I wish I record my reaction to that, but I couldn't because it might get copyrighted. This is like way before I made this channel. It's like way before I made this channel. I could have just recorded my reaction to that. I was speechless. I lost for word. I didn't have... like, some people say they hate that scene because they knew it was going to happen. They think what Crow did was stupid. But...
it wasn't his smartest move, but he also didn't have too much of a choice, because ultimately it was his Clover's buffer doing what he did. He shouldn't have been going after Crow. He should have been focused on Tyrion and then focus on Crow.
Yeah, at first it was 1v1, then Tyrion showed up. Now it's like triple threat, and now it's 2v1. And oh my god, that scene, that scene still gets me. Where Crow's... hold on. Oh, hold that thought. I realized the door is open and my uncle might hear it because he has not seen that scene yet in Volume 7.
Oh my gosh.
And the scene... I still remember the line. I rewatched that clip 1,000 times because it was so damn good. When Crow said, like, why can't you just do the right thing? Exactly what you were told. Something decision is hard to make. I trust James with my life, and I wanted to trust you. And stabbed, and when you hear the music play, it just stops. You hear nothing but you just hear nothing but the wind.
But end of that episode, I was crying.
I was like, I lost speechless. And when Tyrion said, like, yeesh, looks like your friend is not gonna make it. I'll kill you! Oh, you mean like you just killed Clover?
Oh my god!
I was like, I paused that scene. I was like, this motherfucker just framed him!
You know what? I want to change my answer for least favorite villain. Not because of the character. I do like the character, but it's the reason that they're a villain, and that is Hazel.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't feel like he really had a good enough reason. I really don't.
Yeah, and...
so I can understand being angry, but not to the point that you joined Salem.
Yeah. But when Clover died in Crow's arm, when Clover said good luck, when the music played, I literally, without word, a little bit of tear came down the side of my right side of my eye. Just a little bit of tear. I was like, I was about to cry. Just a little bit of tear just came down my eye. I was like,
poor Crow, he can never catch.
I said that. I literally said that too. I literally said that, like, Crow cannot catch a break. Like, okay, a YouTuber named Phoenix and I did a video when he said, like, Crow cannot, can't even catch a break because because he's been through so much shit than any characters, and when he went over, like first he was poisoned by Tyrion. He was closer to death, and he found out that Leo Lionheart like betrayed him by finding all the huntsmen and huntresses at Haven were killed because of Leo, and then he learns that Osmond was hiding a secret from him, the person that he trusted with his life.
Like his whole world, like I mean, it was already a hard life, but it just his whole world just crumbled before him, you know.
And I might be not the only one who said this. Like when when Osmond was reincarnation, when that person said like, "How can I kill Salem?" and Jaren said, "You can't." I paused the video. I was like, the only 3 words that came out of my mouth, and I said, "Raven was right." Like,
now I understand.
Like, oh my god. And the next episode, I felt pissed. I was so pissed. And when Crow punched Osmond in the face, when he said like, "No one wanted me, I was cursed. I gave my life to you because I could do something right. I thought I could do something good. Meeting you was the worst luck of my life." That fucking gut punched me. I was like, I was sitting up on my couch and hearing that line, I literally sat back. And I felt my heart just skip the beat, like, ow! Like, damn!
I think the answer lies in how he asked the question, though, because he said, "How do I beat Salem?" You can't. Maybe somebody else can. And
yeah, because Nora said like, Nora said like Salem can't be killed, but Osmond didn't ask, can she be beaten?
Right, exactly.
There's a difference between beating and killing. There's a difference.
Sealed A or something.
True. And then in volume 7, he found someone that he trusted. Someone could help him to balance his semblance really well.
Be himself and not worry about causing bad luck because he leveled him out.
And then that one mistake that he did, he was blinded to have that free match against Tyrion, and look what that happened. And now in volume 8, Crow was bloodthirsty for vengeance to kill Ironwood. And there was a fan art that, like, I think it was like a what if scenario of what if Crow actually faced Ironwood. You know, that he actually got the chance to beat the living shit out of Ironwood.
I know a lot of people kept making references back to Volume 3 when Crow said, if I was one of your men, I'd shoot myself and all that. And they're like, oh, foreshadowing.
Oh, I didn't catch that until someone actually made the video about it. I was like, oh shit. Like, oh shit, I did not catch that reference. I did not know that was foreshadowed. Like, oh shit.
The whole thing that happened with Ironwood and Crow is even sadder when, you saw the previous volume, them, kind of having bro hug basically and actually getting along for the first time, and then
now,
all this.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that, which I will save that in the 9th question, which I haven't asked. My least favorite hero, Weiss.
Ooh.
Because,
why is that?
Well, like I said, it's just how they changed her character development so quickly after Volume 1.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason I just didn't like it. And my least favorite villain, oh crap, I know, I think I did say my least favorite villain. I just cannot remember who. I think I did. I just cannot. Oh wait, I remember. Roman.
Really?
Roman. I just don't like him. I just don't. I'm like, he's just your typical thug life villain type. Well,
Yeah, he's mostly almost comic relief in some ways.
yeah, that was like.
It doesn't make him a good villain, but it makes
But until you actually understand his backstory from Roman Holiday.
Yeah, when I read that, it really I connected with this character even more.
I was like, oh, okay, now I see why. But that doesn't change that I don't like him as a character. I just
I
don't.
understand why you are the way you are, but you shouldn't be.
Because you're just doing it to get yourself attention and call yourself, you're the big bad. Like, yeah, no, you're not. You're not the big bad. Salem is. So, you're basically, I would say, since Neo became the most popular villain, so she's like in the top 3, you're basically, no, wait, Roman? No, wait, hold on. Adam? Tyrion? No, Tyrion, Adam? No, you're in 6th place. You're in 6th place as a villain type.
I completely forgot about Adam when it came to villains. I can't believe that.
Great. Everyone knows about... Great. If everyone knows about Adam, but when he gets killed, everyone's completely forgot about him. Like...
Yeah, I do kind of hate that they... I mean, I guess it would show how much his mind... How much he was just falling apart, but I do hate that he went from, him being on the extreme side of justice for Faunus to basically Blake Stalker.
Yeah, he has the... he has pride for the Faunus, but he let that get to the best of him and led him to insanity because of Blake. And at first, when he first appeared, he has pride. He doesn't care about the humans. He only cares about the Faunus.
Yep.
And he wants to do what he believes is right for the Faunus. He wants to go back the old ways where the humans and the Faunus hate each other. He wants to go back the same way. He wants to go back where... Separate. Yeah, he wants to go back the way where it was a war between human and Faunus to have freedom. That's basically what he wants. He wants bloodshed between the humans and the Faunus. He wants freedom from the Fauna. He wants to wipe out the entire humanity. Because how the Faunas became many years ago.
And his own personal, past, what he went through. The little we got.
It's haunts him. That's the reason why. And when Blake interfered, and the Faunus also interfered, his people interfered, he shattered. Like, everything that he wants, everything he wants to build, everything he fight for was just betrayed him, just backstab him, slammed him in the face.
That just made him solidify his stance even more. That fine, basically the attitude of fine, I'll do it myself.
And yeah, it's basically, he's like, if I can't have what I want, I might as well take someone away from that person. Mm-hmm. So basically, like, I cannot have what I want if Blake is alive. So basically,
he saw it as like the moment she left is when everything fell apart. He kind of like blames her as like the catalyst of everything.
Yeah, so because Blake was like, well, in my opinion, I think Blake was the only one that kept Adam in checked, in balance.
As much as he could be, anyway.
Yeah, and because Adam sees Blake similar to him. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why he is so close with Blake. And seeing Blake, left the White Fang, left her people to protect, do what she believes is right. She wants to redeem herself of the things she has done. And that when Adam heard that, yeah, your former partner is attacking the people that she was loyal to. Mm-hmm. And that sets up Adam, because he wants to deal with her herself. Because I feel like Adam felt disgust how Blake trusts with humans now. Like, since when?
Yeah, like you said, he thought all along that she was basically like him, and now it's like she just did a total 180 and is now standing up against everything he thought that she stood for.
But no, Blake still believe. Blake actually understand where Adam's coming from. It's just not the right way.
Exactly. She understands his anger and wanting revenge, but she knows that that's not how the way he wants to do it is not how you achieve what you truly want.
Yeah, and Blake Blake managed something that Adam couldn't. Unite the faunus and the humans together as a one unit.
Mm-hmm.
Something that Adam couldn't. Even the White Fang did question Adam's as a leader of the White Fang. And they disobeyed, never want to follow Adam's order. Look what that happened. Adam just freaking slaughtered them all. He slaughtered the entire White Fang.
I remember being so shocked when he just stabbed Sienna.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Adam's gonna take over the White Fang, because how the guards and the soldiers just aims at Sienna Khan. I was like, oh crap, yeah, I saw this coming.
I should have seen it coming, but it still shocked me, I guess.
Even
people said it felt like her design was wasted because she looked like such an interesting character, and then boom, you just take her out like that.
Even Hazel, like, when in the hell you will plan on doing something like that? Even Hazel, like, no one deserved to be killed, especially her.
Yeah, that said a lot right there.
Like,
and that's when he gets down. I disagree.
And then he made a false claim, like, oh yeah, Sienna Khan was assassinated by a human. Really? The human you have is Hazel. You could have just framed it right there and then, but nope. You made an ally with Salem, so yeah, I cannot frame him, so gotta frame someone else.
Which is kind of ironic that he's siding with Salem, who, at least at one point, was human.
Oh, yeah. And, moving on to the 7th question. Not the 7th, 9th question. My bad, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I hate to stop, but I do have to get going soon, so these have to be rapid fire questions.
Yeah, okay, fire question. Favorite and least favorite RWBY volumes?
My most favorite, I'll admit I have a soft spot in my heart for Volume 2. I don't know why. Maybe it's because that's around the time I came in the series, because I came in between, like, Volume 1 had ended, and by the time I caught up, I was only, like, 2 weeks away from Volume 2 starting, so maybe that's it.
Right.
Least favorite, I'm gonna go with 5.
Mine is...
I feel like...
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just felt like things built up to, things were really building up, and then it just kind of, fizzled out. That's the wrong word.
Yeah. Mine is Volume 8, and my least favorite is Volume 2.
We're opposites again.
And basically because Volume 2 was the core of the shipping thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, the 10th question is favorite and least favorite RWBY opening.
Ooh, that's so hard. I do like Rising.
Rising.
It's Volume 6, I believe.
I think so.
I really like that one. Least favorite? Yeah, I don't know. I like Time to Say Goodbye too for Volume 2. I like that. Least favorite? Probably. I'm gonna go with Volume 7.
Ooh.
No particular reason, because I love all the RWBY songs. They're all fantastic, but I mean, as far as the one I guess I'm the least excited to hear it,
yeah,
so I would choose that one.
My favorite opening is Volume 8 because it has a dark tone to it.
It was kind of like Volume 3 all over again.
Literally. And my least favorite for the opening, I actually don't have one. I literally don't have least favorite.
Yeah, I didn't know how to answer, so I just chose something.
Yeah. And we're at the last question, and that is What does RWBY means to you?
That's really a big question because it really helped me, even if they're not really much around anymore, it really helped me to find a lot of friends that I have today because I love the show so much and I love to roleplay, and it helped me meet a lot more people that I normally wouldn't have. And I feel like it kind of, along with some other shows as well, but especially RWBY, really helped me kind of grow out of my shell and be more, I guess, not afraid to speak my mind, be, not afraid to step in, and because I used to be a very, very quiet and shy girl, but I grew out of that. I'm still kind of an introvert, but I learned to not be afraid to speak my mind and do what I feel is best. And I don't know, it's brought a lot of joy in my life, even with family, because they watch it with me as well, and it's provided us with a lot of, laughter and sad times, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain something like that when it's done a lot of things.
Right. RWBY means, like, well, it's like a new world, it's like a book, but it helps me. It's not just RWBY, actually, it helped me to go through with the situation I've been through. It's also other anime or other non-anime related helped me to go through the situation I'm going through, like trauma, PTSD. It even helps me with my anger issues. And seeing that the anime is a big world, and seeing RWBY is now officially now be part of RWBY now, which is finally, because that's what everybody wanted, is make RWBY an official actual anime, which is already been official in anime when the Japanese dub actually happened on Crunchyroll, and that should have been the official anime, because if it's been dubbed into Japanese, then it should be official anime immediately, because RWBY was just a web animated series until it got so much popular and it's blow over the internet. It started becoming the actual, like, internet TV series now, and now Rosie used to be a YouTube channel. Now it became the actual company of their products, because at first it was Red versus Blue. Now RWBY took the spot to become the most popular a product they ever had. And like you said, they only have a little bit of research and editors and animators, so on and so forth. But ever since then, they have grown and they got so many new tech and everything for their series or other series that does not involve RWBY. And RWBY is actually shows that Monty actually followed his dream, because his dream to be create his own series, and because that's basically his dream. He wants to create his own actual animated series, and he actually achieved his dream goal. And that's basically shows that anyone can fulfill the dreams that they want to do. If you are creative or good at it, you could actually achieve what you accomplish. And the one thing I could say, never let people tell you to say otherwise. And don't let, it is basically true, like some people, like your friends, your family, or your significant other, they might try to stop you to achieve your goal. Just don't listen to them. Just be you. Follow your dreams. Follow your passion. Follow what you're good at. That sort of thing. It's not just everyone who done it before. There's a lot of people who've done it. There's a lot. And they actually accomplish what they achieve. And they proud of themselves. But even though Monty is not with us no more, which back then I didn't know who Monty was at the time until I looked it up, that he was a creator, and learn about him, that RWBY is his baby. That's his creation. That's the thing he wants to create. And that's his dream. And he actually achieved his dream before he passed away. That's the only thing that mattered. He passed away and a smile on his face that he finally achieved his dream. If he didn't, RWBY would never existed. We would never had um RWBY merchandise. We wouldn't have RWBY mangas. We wouldn't have RWBY video games. We wouldn't have RWBY X Queendom. We wouldn't have RWBY fan fiction, fan made animation, fan arts, or so on and so forth. You name it. It's all thanks to Mation. Without him, we wouldn't have RWBY. So
I couldn't agree more. I was when I was really involved in the community at the time, I was aware of what happened to him and who he was the day it happened, and I was sad. But I feel like I was more sad later on when I learned what an incredible person he was, and I hated that I didn't really get the chance to,
meet him.
Like meet him, or even just get to see him and stuff, and see how he does things. I didn't really get to know him before it was already too late. And
yeah,
his message is right. I mean, no matter how small a chance it seems, no matter how much people put you down, go for it. I mean, you have nothing to lose. Nothing.
Right. Is like my dream. My dream goal is to become a writer and author because I want to create my own story. Because when I wrote a story before and I showed it to some of my family members, they say that I have creative, and some of my family are trying to, stop me for one goal I want to do, and they think to become an author they don't make that kind of money, which they do. They make a lot of tons of money, because I did my research on how much authors actually do pay when it comes to, selling each copies, and they say that they make a lot of money than people getting paid working at the hospital.
Yeah, there's some author to author, really.
Yeah, and nowadays you don't see much good stories nowadays. This is where all the new people started their own story. Like, for example, when I mentioned Wattpad, there's a lot of people who did their own stories, and they did it on site. There's some people from their teenager or their minor age, they got their book published because of Wattpad actually liked it. If I remember correctly, if you get enough people who actually enjoy your story or the things you make, Wattpad might actually, promote you to, make a tons of copies of your book and selling it, and you can make a lot of money out of it, because a lot of people actually love the story and how creative you are, how depth into stories, the plot, the setting, of your own ideas, and that makes you, the big star as a author. And that's
not only do you achieve your own success, but by doing so, you encourage other people to try it for themselves, and maybe they can achieve the same.
Yeah, and I have been, learning and studying to understand how to become a writer, become an author, because no one isn't perfect when it comes to their own knowledge of how to create your own story, and no one isn't perfect of their story ideas or their own image, what they want to go with, because no one isn't perfect. Not all stories are good or bad for the audience, maybe, but that's their opinion. But no one isn't perfect what they do best. They just do it because it's their hobbies, it's their dream that they want to do, and they actually accomplish it.
Some people, they have just a natural talent and they're able to just, swing away at it and get it. And then there's others that fail a lot, they do things wrong a lot, they don't get accepted to this or that. But they keep trying, they keep practicing as much as they possibly can, and they slowly get better and better and better until they do reach the level that they want. So yeah. It's not like you have to be a prodigy or something to, achieve a dream like that.
Right. But yeah, that's basically it. We're going to go ahead and end this video here. That's all the 11 questions I have. And I want to say thank you for, be part of this podcast, for this interview. Dreamer, this really was an honor that you have a time to, me asking these questions and you answer them and be part of this video. That really means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, and unlocked me that you invited me on. As soon as I saw that Shadow was on there, I'm like, ooh, I gotta get on this.
Yeah, because when you commented, I was like, you wish that you were the next one, and I was like, you know what, I want to make a vote because I want to see who actually would vote. Then people, literally, I wish I should have screenshotted it, that people voted you, and I was like, okay, I mean, they voted, and I asked Shadow, like, hey, yo, Shadow, does she have, like, a social media, or a username, or, like, a Discord, account, or something I could contact her? And he's like, yeah, I can send you a screenshot of it, and boom. That I was like, okay, so let me add her in, send a request, and boom.
And magic happens.
Yeah, and I feel like you were confused, like, wait a minute, who is this? And then and I was like, hey, I'm Zack from RWBY Mythology. Are you up for it to be interviewed on the second episode? And I feel like, yes.
I actually knew who you were because I knew your other channel out there.
Oh.
So I knew who you were, but I was still excited when you like, so one day interview? I'm like, yes.
But yeah, once again, thank you for joining. This was an honor, and I can't wait to see how Rosie grows as a character for season 2 and other seasons of Flaming Skull. And I can tell if not, Shadow's gonna. The one thing I can see him commented is, why would you say it? I know you're watching, Shadow. I know you're watching.
I will. The minute I am kicked out of the group.
I can see like a drawing, or like a head of Shadow and a head of Rosie. Like Shadow just grabs you and throw you out. Like they just walk back in.
We're out of the club.
But anyway, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and let me know in the comments down below. Who do you want me to interview next? You guys want me to interview with Anton or Eric? That's up to you guys. And whoever's... I feel like Eric's going to be the last. I'm calling that right now.
Yeah.
Eric, you're still the bottom. You'll always be the bottom, bitch.
Your sister's better than you.
Hey, Eric, this is not on me. This is your sister. She said it, not me.
Regret nothing.
And this is why I love Rosie. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channels, my social medias, all that will be down below description box. And do you have like any social media that people could follow you, or that this is the only one that you have?
I do have multiple social media, but I don't really post much. So the best way to get in contact with me is on Discord. It's LostDreamer2435, and feel free to send me a friend request, and we can talk.
All right, you heard that, folks. So yeah, again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. RWBY is love, RWBY is life. Keep moving forward. I'll see you guys later.